Hey, hi, hello, and other greetings. Welcome to my channel where I talk about bookish things, do vloggy stuff, whatever really. As you can see, there's a video, and I'm in it. Therefore, that means I'm back from my extended hiatus. Anyway, what are we here for today? So it is Gothtober in October, hosted by Hannah, my bestie, and I have a TBR of sorts. Anyway, you might hear child noises in the background. The disclaimer, that is always a disclaimer for a stay-at-home mom filming in her office that's right next to the kids' room. That is also partially a kids' room. You know. Also, sorry about the lighting situation. I'm just kind of figuring that out. And I wasn't able to figure something out that worked out real great right now, but I was just like, I'm gonna sit down and film. I don't have time to be screwing around with the lighting all day. Now, I really haven't been doing readathons this year. A basketball just got thrown into this room. So here's the deal. I picked a bunch of books that fit all the prompts. I basically picked 3 books for each prompt. I'm not gonna be reading that many. I am not quite that insane, but I kind of wanted you guys to help me pick which books to prioritize. So we're gonna rapid fire roll through these. This is gonna be a quick video, and I just want you to comment which books you want to see me read. So first up we have The Insatiable Volt Sisters by Rachel Eve Moulton. I actually started this one. There is a bookmark in here already. I am not super far into it, but I started it a while ago. I'd probably restart it if I read it this month, but I am very intrigued by it. I've just been slumping really hard. It's basically one of those gothic stories with a lot of ancestry, family themes. This family basically runs this island, and they have an old house, and there's some sort of like family curse thing. Their mom died, then they had a different mom. I don't know. There's a lot going on here, and I'm not really sure what is going on, but I am very intrigued by this one, so there's that. Now for something entirely different. We've got Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega. This one's been on my shelf for a while, and I do really like Claribel A. Ortega's writing, and this just looks really cute. It says on the back, be prepared, respect the dead, always have a cat. So, I don't know, this just seems like a fun, quick little middle grade, spooky, season-y style. Then I've got a short one, which is The Companion by E.E. Ottoman. This was actually recommended to me quite a while ago by Hannah, and I've heard that it's just a kind of cute little story, gothic-esque. Then we have Tripping Arcadia by Kit Mayquist, which says literally on it, a gothic novel. So this one is sapphic and revolves around, I think, a sickly girl and a new house caretaker, and I think there's some alchemy-esque things, maybe? I don't remember, but I remember being intrigued by it. Then we have The Merman's Kiss by Tamsin Lay, which is part of the Even Monsters Need a Mate. I think it's a series. This is just a monster romance novella with a merman. I don't know what else to tell you. That is, it is what it is. I read a lot of monster romance. I'll probably read this one because it's short. And it's October, so it's an excuse for me to read even more monster romance. Then we have Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. This is an indie one that I got a while ago. I don't remember. I was intrigued by it. It's another one of those. I was intrigued. I liked the cover. It sounded good. And here it is on my shelf forever. This one follows a family who basically has been living at sea on ships, and then they end up having to go get employed at a creepy mansion. Things and stuff will occur. I told you we were rapid firing this, and to be honest, I don't ever remember what any of these books are about, so you get what you get. Then we have Worse Than Dying by Brett Van Valkenburg. I think a long time ago I got this in like a blind date with a book thing, and it's like a zombie horror novella. That's really all I know about it. Then we have A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair, which is the first book in the Halfling saga. I don't really know anything about this. I know that I like the cover. I know that I've heard really good things about it. And I know it's by an Indigenous author. Those are the only things that I know about it. And that it's shiny. Then we've got Providence Girls, which is one I'm very excited for and probably will read. It's like a sapphic, monstery, slightly horror-y romance thing. It's basically about this girl who I think moves to a small town and falls in love with this other girl who is normal except for she has gills on her neck, but then she starts transforming into like a mer beast thing. It sounds like it might be a little more horror-y than like deal with body horror elements than a lot of monster romance. And I don't know, I'm very intrigued. I will probably end up picking this one up for sure. Then we have another I should have picked up ages ago, and that is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chakshi. This is a gothic one where a man and a woman fall in love, get married, but the only like caveat is that he doesn't pry into her past, but then her past basically comes back and they have to go to her family home, and then things and stuff will happen. It sounds good. I just really like stories like that in general, that like gothic family home, family curse, family secrets, slightly horror-y thing. I enjoy that. Then we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, which is another Book of the Month one. It's one I was kind of surprised to see in Book of the Month. It seems like it's kind of like a dark, paranormal-y romance where with like Hunger Games-y elements. We have Sylvia Moreno Garcia's newest novel, The Seventh Veil of Salome. This is about an aspiring actress and a kind of failing actress, and then an actress, or is it an actress? I don't know, it's like somebody in the past as well. It's basically about these three women. I don't really know what the vibe of this one is. Sylvia Moreno Garcia has books that I really like and books that I couldn't really get into, so I'm not really sure on this one. It kind of sounds like Sylvia Moreno Garcia meets Taylor Jenkins Reid in a way, except for probably way more vibey and way more like eerie, I think might be the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. Then we have one that I just have a feeling is going to disappoint me, honestly, and that is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. It seems vibey, it seems creepy, it's got a lot going for it, but the thing about it is I have a feeling that it's gonna have those vibes. It's gonna be super vibey and weird and that uncomfy feeling. But then I'm gonna get to the end and I almost guarantee you it's gonna be so stupid and boring and bland and obvious. It's basically, I think about a kid who went missing in the woods, or kids who went missing in the woods, and then in the future, like, a kid goes missing in the woods again, or something along those lines. And I just, like, it's called The God of the Woods, and it's got all those vibes, but it has that feeling that it's gonna be like those ones where the explanation for everything is so bland that I'm just disappointed. But I have to read it eventually, and maybe it will surprise me. Maybe it'll have something interesting in store. I don't know. Okay, another short one. We've got Burning Roses by S.L. Huang, which just says, Creatures of Legend meet the Women of Legend. I don't remember what this is about. I know it's inspired by Chinese mythology, and I tend to really enjoy fantasies that are inspired by different Asian mythologies, or honestly just different mythologies other than Greek, or just like the general ones that you see in most American stories. It's just interesting to see fantasies inspired by myths from varying cultures. And this one I remember sounded good, but I don't remember what it's about. But it's short, so here is a middle grade that I have been needing to read forever. I read Sophie Anderson's Something Else by her, but I don't remember which one it was. But I think this is kind of like almost a prequel to the one that I read. This is The House with Chicken Legs, which is sort of a Baba Yaga style story. Well, very much a Baba Yaga style story. And it's just one of those middle grades with those kind of Studio Ghibli vibes that I adore. And so I don't know why I keep not reading it, but here it is. Spooky season would probably be a good time to read this one, so maybe I should prioritize this one. Next up is actually a classic, which I read very, very few of, but this is one that I've wanted to give a try for a while, and it's short. We have The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I love the Netflix show, and I know that this is nothing like the Netflix show. Like, the Netflix show, I think, is pretty loosely inspired by this, really. It has the same kind of story, but overall is very, very different. So I'm going into this knowing that it's not going to be anything like the show. I have wanted to read this even before the show was a thing, and I'm just intrigued by one of the modern classics of haunting stories. We have yet another monster romance, this one being A Monstrous Claim by R.K. Pierce. This is just a Why Choose monster romance, I'm pretty sure, where she is claimed by multiple monsters and being held prisoner in the monster realm. One of those, I don't want to be attracted to them, but oh, I am situations. You know, it's one of those. It's probably just a fun, good time, which is really all I ever ask for my monster romances, so. This one is kind of a monster romance if you count aliens as monsters. This is Space for Love by Emily Antoinette, which I've been wanting to read for a while. It's about an alien and this woman, and I think they meet in what is called like a pleasure sim and fall in love, but he won't let her see his actual self, but she's like, I don't care what your actual self looks like because I'm just basically so in love with you now. And I don't know, it's spicy, it sounds like it's also sweet, and the sequel is about a throuple. So I definitely want to read this one so I can also read the sequel. And I've heard good things. This one has got culty vibes, and you know I love a good cult story, especially a woman-centered cult story. This is Star Eater by Kirsten Hall, which is all about this sisterhood and preserving a magical bloodline, and follows a woman who wants out because she does not want to get pregnant and have a baby. She doesn't want to do that. And so she ends up joining this other faction and kind of diving deeper into everything going on. I don't know, it sounds just really interesting. This one I started last month, but I didn't make very far into, and considering it's such a large book, I feel like I can still count it as an entire October read, and that is Crave by Tracy Wolff. This doesn't sound like it's a good book. I'm not expecting this to be a good book by any means, and I just don't care. I'm just here for a trashy, good time in a YA novel. To no one's surprise, another monster romance. This is actually another mermaid one. I actually think I have like 2 or 3 mermaid ones on this TBR. I don't know why I've ended up with so many mermaid ones. But this is Whispers of the Deep by Emma Hamm. Emma Hamm is one of the attending authors of Midwest Bookish Fest, which is the first book convention I'll ever be going to, happening next year in Minnesota, where I live, where nothing ever happens. So I'm really excited for that. And I want to read books from each of the authors if I manage to have time. It was a goal that I had this year, and then I ended up like just not accomplishing anything this year. But this one is one I'm really excited for. I love the covers of all of her books. All of her books sound so good to me. And this one is basically, I think, about a merman who doesn't really want to find a mate and then finds a mate in a woman, like a human woman. And obviously size difference. He's so much bigger than her, which is a prompt for Gothtober, so. We have a very, very short one. This one is like 100 pages tops. This is Sugar Snap by I.S. Bell, which is the sequel to Baby Love, which is a paranormal sapphic romance. That one was about 2 girls who used to be friends, and then one grew up to be like the popular girl, one grew up to be the goth girl, and they drifted apart. But they get back together because she like accidentally raised her cat from the dead or something. I don't remember. It's been a while since I read it. I remember really enjoying it and reading it in one sitting, and I'm sure I'll really enjoy this one and read it in one sitting as well. This one is that they're secret girlfriends now, and they're trying to put like the crazy creepy happenings behind them, but of course there's more crazy creepy happenings. And there's like 3 series in this town by this author. One of them is full-length novels, the first one being Zombabe, which I also own, where somebody resurrects their dead boyfriend. And it's all teenagers and these like paranormal happenings in this small town. I've got a Katie Robert one because everyone knows how much I adore Katie Robert and all of her books, and she has so much backlist that I still need to get to. So this one is Court of the Vampire Queen, which I think was originally 3 novels, and it's why choose vampire romance with a ton of spice. And that sounds perfect to me. And so I have this that I've been meaning to get to and I'm excited to get to, and yeah, here it is. I actually have a second classic on this TBR, which is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I've never read it. I don't actually know that much about it except for I think it's very angsty. And I don't know if it's something I would even enjoy. I don't remember where I got this copy, actually. I have no idea. But I have it. It's a nice copy. It's got this like soft cover and it's got a bookmark in it and it's very pretty. I just have no idea where it came from. But I found it on my shelves when I was looking for things for this TBR and it seemed an apt book to put on there. So if you think that I should try and read Wuthering Heights, let me know. Alright, we are down to the last few for me to tell you nothing about and basically just hold up and blab randomness at your face. So here we are. This is Leech by Hiran Ennis. This is gothic science fiction about this weird like hospital institution and weird creatures, and I think there's body horror in this, and I also think it's LGBT rep. I don't remember who recommended this to me, but I'm pretty sure it's LGBT rep. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure this is LGBT rep in it, or the author is LGBT.
Hi, Mommy.
Another one that is mysteriously missing its dust jacket. Don't ask me, I don't know. I don't know why things happen, I don't know where things go. I honestly just don't know. This is The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. I read Sundial by Catriona Ward, and I liked parts of it, but I didn't love it. But I did like the writing and the vibe, and I've heard really good things about this one, and that this one is really weird, and weird is what I want. So I'm really interested in this one. I don't really actually know anything of what it's about. Last one, we have Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman, which is about a family where this child keeps saying something about other mommy who they think is like her imaginary friend, but then other mommy wants to like take her to another world or like something. It sounds Coraline-esque a little bit. And yeah, it's a horror novel by Josh Mallerman. I've actually never read anything by Josh Mallerman. He wrote Bird Box and then one that was going around for a while that's like The House at the Bottom of the Lake or something like that. I haven't read anything by Josh Mallerman, but I've wanted to, and this is his newest one that just came out. It sounds intriguing. I think there's creepy child things happening. Alright, that is all of them. There are some ebooks I have that I might read as well. I got some ARCs that I need to get through. Comment down below, let me know if you've read any of these and like them, if there's any you just think I should prioritize, because obviously I won't be reading all of them. So ones that are in the comments, I will try to prioritize and get to ahead of other ones. You can kind of help me pick what I'm going to read through October. I do plan on vlogging, but I don't think I'm going to do weekly vlogs. It will probably just be a full month vlog that comes out sometime in the first half of November. If you're interested in seeing more from me, click the subscribe button, hang out. I do Twitch streams, which I'm coming back from my hiatus on as well. I post book reviews on Instagram. You can find me places that are going to be linked in the description box, like that kind of stuff always is. And thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!